Okay, zoom in here real close. It's about to get very, very technical. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what the flight numbers of each disc means. Okay, first of all, okay, we got all these very, let me just draw you, okay, T-pad here. Got us a nice little disc golf basket right around yay. Okay, and what we're trying to determine is, how do I pick the best disc for the shot that I want?
Get those nerds! Nerd! Nerd!
I mean, there's a lot of, a lot of logistics.
Look, man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, has it ever occurred to you that instead of, running around,
Buying fast discs.
given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Somebody tested a disc for a manufacturer that we love. We got all these different brands that we love, right? We're loyal to. Well, as we start to learn how to play disc golf, one of the first things we want to figure out is which discs are right for me. And the important thing to keep in mind at all times when you're looking up information about a disc is look for people's personal reviews. We've got the upper elite that can just crush a country mile, and most of us are not going to be there ever. Some of us will through a lot of field work and a lot of practice and dedication. But most of us are not going to get too serious into disc golf outside of maybe playing a couple tournaments, playing with your friends. The conditions are not the same across the board, certainly across different manufacturers. The person throwing the disc, testing that disc, has a different arm speed than everyone else in the world. I mean, there's just, unlimited variables, and we can never consistently rely on those numbers. So the most important thing you can do to figure out what a disc does for you is take the disc out to the field. Now, I know not everybody can just buy discs all day long and go out to the field and try them, but that's what it comes down to, is if you've got discs that you want to try and you know somebody who's thrown that disc and you're like, oh, I want to give that disc a shot, ask them to borrow the disc. I know Dynamic Disc has a buyback program where they will allow people to go try out a disc, and then if they don't like it, bring it back and they'll buy it back from you. So there's a lot of options out there, but the best thing you can ultimately do to find out what a disc is going to throw like is just throw it. Get out to the field, throw it, and throw it again. One of my biggest mistakes as a beginner disc golfer was to go out and buy the fastest speed disc possible, because I thought that translated into more distance. And really what it comes down to was showing me just how far away from that maximum distance or that maximum speed my arm speed actually was. For me personally, I find myself throwing the best disc, the longest distance, the most comfortable around an 8, 9, or 10 speed. Right in that area. But again, those numbers are just used as a guide. Oh, this disc has a 9 speed. Yeah. Oh, it's got a zero fade. I will never buy this disc because these numbers, they just don't match up. They just don't match up. I tell you what, dude, that is totally a myth. Don't do that to yourself. Don't tell yourself you can only buy disc in this certain perimeter, because those aren't going to help you, and they're not always going to be accurate. And there's been many times where I've bought discs based off of the numbers, thinking they were going to do a specific thing, and threw it and had a completely different experience and said, you know what, I'll never buy that. But I continued purchasing off of numbers anyway, because it was just a habit that I formed. And now I'm starting a new habit. And you as a beginner can skip all the learning phase by watching this video and just telling yourself, I'm not going to buy a disc off of the numbers. If someone says, hey, I threw this disc and it goes really far for me and it feels really good, don't ask them what the numbers are. Throw the disc. See how far it goes for you. And if it works for you, money. You've got yourself a new disc in your bag. You should be trying to narrow down the amount of shots you need in your bag. If I'm buying a disc and it's going in my bag, it's because it fills a need, either better than the disc I have that's currently filling that need, or it's a disc that I just did not have and had that need for it anyway. I'm not buying disc because it's the newest, fastest, latest thing. I'm buying disc because it helps me in my personal game, and you should too.
What time is it?
Let's see here. 13th. Who cares? Yeah, bro. That's right. If you want the brand new End of a Shriek, all you gotta do, subscribe, like this video. Doesn't get any easier than that. One last thing, peeps. Head on over on Facebook groups to Downriver Disc Golf. These are a good group of disc golfers trying to start their own course. They really could use our support. Please join their group. The description and link will be down in the below. Check them out and see if there's anything we can do to help them. You know, this channel is all about beginners to the sport and helping grow the sport. And I definitely want to do my part by giving a shout out to them. So please, if you're watching this video still, please go check them out, join their group, and help us just create another disc golf course for disc golf for years to come. Thanks, everybody. Peace.